My name is Pastor Joseph K. Oladipo. I'm from Searchlight of the Word of God Ministry. We want to touch light into the events and the governance of Christianity, the formation and the running of Christianity as it affects the world at large. That's not how we talk about this without considering the topic of Masonic conspiracy theory. Masonic conspiracy theory. We have been hearing about conspiracy theory as it involves Illuminati and Freemason. When we're talking about Masonic, we're talking about Freemason. So, Masonic conspiracy theories are conspiracy theories involving Freemason or Freemasonry. Hundreds of such conspiracy theories have been described since the late 18th century. Generally, these theories fall into three distinct categories. Political, usually involving allegations of control of government, particularly in the United States and the United Kingdom. 2. Religious, usually involving allegations of anti-Christians or satanic beliefs or practices. And cultural, which is the third one, usually involving popular entertainment. Many conspiracy theorist writers have connected Freemasons and the Knights Templars with worship the devil. These ideas are based on different interpretations on the doctrines of those organizations. I want to take us on what is the group of Knight Templars. Knight Templars are a group of people, the elders in either of these Orthodox churches, Catholic, Anglican, and Methodist. They are a set of people, elders that aid or assist the pastors or reverend fathers. So as we see in other or Pentecostal churches, the leaders that are called elders and deacons. So equally are the Knight Templars. Of the claims that Freemason exerts control over politics, perhaps the best known example is the New World Order theory. But there are others. This mainly involves aspects and agencies of the United Nations or United States government, but actual events outside the US, such as the propaganda, due scandal in Italy, are often used to lend credence to claims. Another set of theories has to do with Freemasonry and religion, particularly that Freemasonry deals with the occult. These stories have their beginnings in the taxi hoax. In addition to this, there are various theories that focus on the embedding of symbols. In other words, ordinary items such as street patterns, national seals, corporates, logos, etc. There are many Masonic ideas or Masonic conspiracy theories dealing with every aspect of society. The majority of these theories are based on one or more of the following assumptions. Let's look at them one after the other. The Freemasonry is its own religion, requires belief in unique Masonic God. And that belief in this Masonic God is contrary to the teaching of various mainstream religions, although usually noted in terms of being specifically contrary to Christian belief. If we look at the Masonic God, that's not how we forget about the gods in Egypt, the Baphomet, and the gods of sun. We know of all these gods that has been worshipped in Egypt, and when the children of Israelites left Egypt, they came along with all these beliefs and religious practices. And that's exactly what happened to them when Moses went on Mount Sinai, where he has to stay for 40 days. And they went back to worshiping of idols, creating idols with goals, which was aided with the consent of Aaron. That the 33 degree of the Scottish Rite is more than an honorary degree, coupled with the belief that most Freemasons are unaware of hidden or secretive ruling bodies within the organizations that govern them, conduct occult ritual, or control various positions of governmental powers. That there is a centralized worldwide body that controls all Masonic grand lodges and thus all of Freemasons worldwide, acts in a unified manner. List of conspiracy theories associated with Freemasonry. Notable conspiracy theories involving Freemasonry include: 1. Political. That the British judiciary is heavily infiltrated with Masons who gave fellow Masons the benefit of the doubt in court, subverting the legal system. That Freemasonry overlaps with or is controlled by the Illuminati, especially in the higher degrees. Illuminati Freemasonry or Illuminati Freemasons secretly control many major aspects of society and government and are working to establish the New World Order. So conspiracy theories involving the Freemasons and the Illuminati also include the Knights Templars and the Jews as part of the supposed plan for universal control of society. This type of conspiracy theory was described as early as 1792 by multiple authors, beginning in France and Scotland, that Freemasonry is a Jewish front for world domination or is at least controlled by Jews for this goal. An example of this is the anti-Semitic literary forgery, the Protocols of the Elders of Zion. Adolf Hitler believes that Freemasonry was a tool of Jewish influence. An outlaw Freemasonry and persecuted Freemasonry, particularly for this reason. The Covenant of the Palestinian Islamist movement, Hamas, claimed that Freemasonry is a secret society. Excuse me. Finally, as part of the Zionist plot to control the world. Hilaire Belloc thought Jews had inaugurated Freemasonry as a bridge between themselves and their host. That Freemasons are behind income taxes in the US. Over convicted tax protester has charged that law enforcement officials who surrendered his property in a standoff over his refusal to surrender after his conviction were part of Zionist Illuminati. Freemason movement, the New Hampshire Union leader, also reported that the Browns believe the IRS and the federal income tax are part of a deliberate plot perpetrated by Freemasons to control the American people and eventually the world. That Freemasons have strong links with more selective secret and semi-secret societies such as Bohemian Grove, the Skull and Bones societies, and Rhodes Scholars. The groups such as the Ku Klux Klan and the Orange Order are intimately tied to Freemason. Now, the reason why we want to consider Freemason our topic today is what we want to discuss now: religious. The aspect or the contribution of the Freemason in Christianity is what we want to observe this time. We want to know the extent of the damage that the Christianity has gone. I want to know the extent of damage that has been perpetrated in Christianity and is still being practiced today. Many people believe that Christianity is formed by Jesus Christ. No, this Christianity was formed after Jesus Christ, not by Jesus Christ. And there are a lot of information and proliferation in it, to the extent that many today are not practicing Christianity, yet they call themselves Christians. So let us see the involvement of Freemason or Illuminati in religion. There are a number of claims predominantly made by conservative Protestants that Freemason at higher degree deceive those at lower degrees and gradually reveal a separate occult religion. That Freemason worship Lucifer or Satan, often attributed to quotes by Albert Pike. That Freemason worship Baal, Baphomet, Dajjal, or Rahu. That Freemason is occult in nature and worship their own particular gods, such as Gaotu, the great architecture of the universe, or Jabulon, an amalgam of the god YHWH, Baal and Osiris. Alleged occult influence on popular culture. Want to look at their influence on culture as well. The Freemason intertwined various symbols and numerology into modern culture, such as corporate logos. The United States was founded by Freemasons, who have interwoven Masonic symbols into American society, particularly in National Seal, streets in Washington, D.C., architectures, and the dollar bill. Indeed, several founding fathers, such as George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, and James Monroe, were Freemasons. I want to talk on that dollar bill proper. If you look at the dollar bill, properly the $100 bill, you see the particular symbols there. This symbol has to do with 13 arrows, 13 stars, and many other symbols which are alleged to be Freemason symbols. There are particular languages in the dollar bill which no American or no citizens of America knows the meaning. And the meaning has to do with Freemason because it was a language they are using. So if we want to see the damages they have done, these people have done to the world today, especially in religion, they have penetrated into Christianity. They have also penetrated into what is known as Islam. And they are now pocketing these two major religions in their pocket, and they dictate what is happening. Whatever is happening in America today is what we call satanic church practices. That's why we have what's known as Church of Satan there. Most of what is happening in the churches today are orchestrated, or they are cross-fertilized into Christianity through some cult ideas. So Christianity as today is not as it was founded. Let's look properly into what the Bible says, especially in the book of Acts chapter 4 up to chapter 5. The book of Acts chapter 4 tells us that Christians that in that time, they are sharing their things in common. Nobody has more than each other. To the extent that we learned that even in chapter 5, where Sapphira and Ananias gave up the ghost, died, simply because they sold their Lord, their plot of land, and kept little amount of it in order to take personal care of themselves. Because according to the practice there that time was that whenever you sell anything, it has to be distributed among the members. So the Bible told us that nobody had more than the other. So if you have two coats, you give one to another person. If you have two trousers, you give one to somebody. If you have two shirts, you give one to the other. But today, in Christianity, we see where GEOs are flying big aircrafts. Some are even aircraft owners. Some are using protruded big belly cars, big jeeps, while their members are languishing in penury. We will continue this topic next video. My name is Pastor Joseph Kende Oladipo. My numbers are 08030991718. That's my MTN. You can WhatsApp me on this line. While my Glo number is 08055890515. Thank you. God bless you.